Howdy folks, you're watching Deuce, and today the Olight M2R Pro Warrior flashlight showed up in my mailbox. There's a name right there, and there's what she looks like. Now, I have told Olight in the past that I'm not really interested in reviewing basic flashlights, normal tactical flashlights, without it being a weapons light or something very, very special. So I was not particularly thrilled when I got this until I opened up the second package. Now they have my attention. It's got a mount. It has a switch there. Let's go ahead and open up the flashlight and take a look at it. Okay, there's a flashlight. Decent size. Not too crazy heavy or anything. Let's see. Probably not on yet. No, got a... Oh. Okay, and we have one of the big, huge 21700 batteries. And look at that button. Looks like a stainless steel button there. And there's the light. Nice. And that's what I like. I like being able to hit one button in the back. I love the rear button. Now, the only reason why my interest was piqued was because we have the remote magnetic switch that I really liked on my other light that Olight came out with. I like this. Some people don't. Some people don't like the fact that it is not screwed in. It's not actually bolted onto the Picatinny rail. It just kind of clips on. But it is secure. Trust me, it is secure. And does that just clip on? It does. So you have the button. Okay, so you got the button right there. Okay, Olight, that is awesome. I like that. And we also have the mount. Oh, Jesus, why is this so hard to move? Oh. I really should start reading directions, but I don't. The knurling right there, that locks it in there. Pull out, and that'll open up the Picatinny rail, and I believe, yeah, open up this right here too. Beautiful. So I'm going to have this mounted on one of my Picatinny rails, and then the remote switch on the other side. I can go ahead and have this out of the way and be able to be actuated with my remote switch. Okay, folks, I have spent some time with this flashlight, both using it around the house, around the farm, and had it mounted on my rifle. Yes, before you call the ATF, I know there's some of you snitches out there want to call the ATF. This is an officially registered SBR. So this is totally legal as it sits right here. But the flashlight, the reason why I put this flashlight on the SBR is because you can see it overhangs the flash hider, which meant while I was shooting this, while I was emptying a magazine, it was pummeling the side of this flashlight with hot gases. And of course, the lighter weight rifle also has more recoil. So even though 5.56 does not have a huge amount of recoil, it can be felt on this tiny little lightweight rifle. And I had no problems with this going out on me at all. That's what's really cool about this, is that it has that pressure actuated switch right there. And is held on by a magnet that is a very powerful magnet. Get anywhere close to that sucker, boop, and it goes right to its home. Take that off of there, boom. And now you have a handheld flashlight. You can use that grip, or you can use the clamp as a grip if you want to. And it's almost like a pistol grip, which is nice, which is the way I've been using it, is like a pistol grip. It just works really well that way. Now, to get into the specifics of this flashlight, it has a side button right there on the side, and it has a centralized LED in there. It shows green when it has over 75% charge, orange between 75 and I think 15% or something like that. And then when it's just about to die, it glows red. So that's your power indicator right there. That's also your low, medium, and high. So if you want to go low, you can see low, hold that down, and it goes through all different brightness settings, just like pretty much any other high-end flashlight out there. But if you're like me, you will not be using that side button at all practically. You'll be using the main button right here. See that right there? And what's really neat about this main rear switch here is that it is two-stage, like a two-stage trigger. So if you push that down halfway, you get like a medium. You see it right there, a medium. You push it down the entire way, and you get the full 1800 lumens. Now, of course, it's being washed out by all the thousands of watts of lights that I've got in the bunker here, but it is a very, very bright flashlight. Now, is it the brightest out there? Of course not. It's a small handheld flashlight that doesn't want to melt itself under high duration. Now, under normal circumstances, turbo mode 1800 lumens, it will last 4.5 to 5 minutes. And then once it gets too hot, it will cycle down to medium and stay there for like 2 hours. Now, in the bucket challenge, because I always throw these in a bucket and drain the battery from tip top down to bottom, it lasted a shade over 2 hours, 2 hours and 15 minutes and I did cycle down, of course, at some point, hard to tell when, but it does cycle down, but still stayed on there for over 2 hours in the bucket, and of course came out dry as a bone inside, which is very, very good. I'm not sure if these flashlights are truly rated for fully underwater submersion for hours at a time, but it handled it. If you look closely at that bucket video, you will see there's a tiny stream of bubbles coming out of the tail cap, and that's definitely not internal air escaping, because it kept on doing that for hours, for over 2 hours. So I believe what's happening there is some electrolysis. There's some contacts behind that button that were getting wet. It wasn't impacting the overall condition or internals of the flashlight, but there was some electrolysis going on, generating oxygen and hydrogen, which I'm sure contributed to the low life of the battery, which still the battery lasted over 2 hours. That's not that bad for being completely submerged and on turbo mode. Using the included cable and a very powerful Samsung phone charger, I was able to charge the battery completely from dead to fully charged in about 3 hours. Now, while I was reviewing the M2R Pro Warrior, I cannot help but compare it to the old M2R Warrior. So here's the old Warrior with the rear tail cap switch, which I always enjoyed, but it's just rubber. You can't charge with it. You can't hook this up to a external switch or anything of that nature. So you got this one, you got the old one, and you got the new one. The new one, the Pro series, this has a much better throw. It has a much more narrow beam. The old Warrior has a much wider beam. It's more of a floodlight. The tint is a big deal. The old Warrior has a very, very bluish tint. It is not a very pleasing tint. It pops on camera pretty well, but when compared to the Pro series, the Warrior Pro or the Pro Warrior, you can see that the newer version has just a better quality LED. They're using a higher quality, more expensive LED inside this flashlight. And the front bezel here, take a look at that front bezel. There's a close-up right there. That thing is sharp. That thing is very sharp, and you could, it's not like crazy sharp. You're not going to cut yourself with this, but that is very uncomfortable. And that would be something cool to have mounted on the very front, maybe even protruding just a little bit beyond the flash hider. And you could really jam this into somebody and let them know you mean business. I guess you could also use that to open up a coconut if you were stranded on a castaway desert island. I could not get this thing to turn off even when abused. I mean, there it is on right now. It is still on. No problems whatsoever. So it's a very sturdy, very good flashlight. Now you got to pay for that. This is not a cheap flashlight. It is on sale coming up, which is one of the reasons why I'm trying to rush to get this video going and get it uploaded, is because there is a sale coming on. I'll have all the details about that in the comments below the video. I can't really talk about this on the video because YouTube does not like that and buries the video. So there are some sales coming up. There's always sales going on Olight's webpage there. I'm not affiliated with that whatsoever, except for the fact they do provide me random flashlights on occasion. So in conclusion, if you want a flashlight that you're going to be using by hand, just handheld, got in your holster, you bring it out when you need it, and you're going to light stuff up in the woods, on the farm, around the house, what have you, this is an excellent option, but it is an expensive option. I cannot, in good conscience, say that anything below this would not serve your purposes just as well, because it would. There are plenty of offerings, even from Olight, in the more $50 to $60 range that would satisfy you just as well. But if you're looking for a weapons-mounted system that is brighter and more useful than the Valkyrie series, which is an excellent option. The Valkyrie series is more geared toward pistol use for your Glock and Smith & Wesson and whatnot. But if you're going to mount something on your AR-15 like I did with this one, then it is very hard to beat for the money. The kit, the mounting kit option with the Olight M2R Pro Warrior. The kit comes with the clamp with the Picatinny rail and the remote switch as well. That is magnetically actuated, and it works beautifully. I mean, look at that. That's perfect. Well, guys, that's it for me today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see other Deuce and Guns videos, go ahead and click on one of these two videos right over here, and that will keep you watching away. If you have any comments, questions, or a show idea, leave that in the comment box for the video. And as always, you guys have a great day. See ya.